Among them was Sarah, a high school junior who was eager to escape the monotony of her small town. Among them was Sarah, a high school junior who was eager to escape the monotony of her small town. The rumors of Ironwood Forest, dense and dark just outside Eldridge, intrigued her. The forest was a place of legends, filled with stories of sightings and howls that chilled the spine. Locals claimed it was home to creatures that were more than just stories, and Sarah, fueled by teenage defiance, decided it was time to uncover the truth. One evening, under the pale light of a harvest moon, Sarah gathered a group of her friends: Liam, the adventurous jokester; Maya, the cautious planner; and Ethan, the brooding artist known for his odd tales about the supernatural. With flashlights in hand and hearts racing in excitement, they headed toward the forest, dismissing the warning glances of the townsfolk. As they crossed the threshold from civilization into Ironwood, the atmosphere shifted. The once calm air turned electric, filled with the sound of rustling leaves and distant twigs snapping. The deeper they went, the more ominous it became. The trees towered like ancient guardians, their gnarled branches silhouetted against the moonlit sky. "Are you guys sure about this?" Maya whispered, clutching the strap of her backpack tightly. "Oh, come on, Maya. It's just a forest," Liam scoffed, though even he couldn't hide a shiver as a cold breeze swept through the clearing. "What's the worst that could happen?" Sarah smiled, determined to show her bravery. "Let's follow the river trail. They say it leads to the heart of the forest." Eager nods followed, and they pressed on. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker, each shadow stretching like ghostly hands reaching for them. They arrived at a clearing illuminated by a strange phosphorescence coming from the ground. At its center stood a stone altar, draped in old, tattered cloth and surrounded by symbols long forgotten. "What is this place?" Ethan murmured, tracing the peculiar markings with his finger. An unusual chill filled the air, and for a heartbeat, dread settled in their chests. A sudden howl pierced through the silence, reverberating off the trees. It was deep and haunting, a chilling sound that seemed to summon the shadows to life. Panic flickered in Sarah's eyes. "We should head back," she urged, but before they could turn, the underbrush rustled violently. Out from the darkness, a massive figure emerged, a creature that defied nature, part man and part wolf, its eyes glinting with primal hunger. The werewolf was everything from nightmares, muscles rippling under matted fur, and teeth gleaming like daggers under the moonlight. "Run!" Liam shouted, voice breaking. They scattered, chaos erupting in the dark. Sarah sprinted, her heart pounding, as she weaved between the trees, trusting instinct over reason. Behind her, frantic footsteps broke the stillness, punctuated by the creature's sickening growls. She didn't know how long she ran, adrenaline propelling her forward until she stumbled into a small stream. The water was frigid, but she didn't stop. Just as she was catching her breath, another howl echoed, closer this time, reverberating in her bones. Fear clawed at her insides. Suddenly, she spotted a glimmering shape in the moonlight, a tree stump with a peculiar symbol etched into it, similar to the ones from the altar. Desperation surged within her. She recalled an old town legend of how the werewolves feared the ancient symbols, boundaries set by the elders. With trembling hands, she traced the symbol with a stick, focused and determined. Just as she finished, the werewolf burst through the trees, stopping short as if it collided with an invisible barrier. It snarled and paced back and forth, thrashing its head as it realized it could not pass. Sarah took a step back, heart racing. The creature, now locked in a maddened frenzy, lunged at the barrier, howling in a fury that sent shivers down her spine. But she refused to let fear consume her. She reached down, picked up a fallen branch, and held it tightly. "Get away from us," she shouted, her voice steadier than her shaking hands. The werewolf paused, its glowing eyes fixed on her, and in that moment, she could almost see the humanity behind the beast. Then, without warning, a transformed howl echoed through the clearing. Liam emerged, panting and wide-eyed, but not just himself. He was different. His features had shifted slightly as the full moon's glow intensified. "Sarah," he called out, panic lacing his voice as he struggled to regain his composure. "Help!" The realization struck her. Now they were the hunted and the hunted alike. They needed to escape, but not without each other. Taking a deep breath, Sarah dashed towards him as the creature lunged once more, its claws outstretched. "We have to find the others," she yelled, and together, they turned, racing through the forest, the werewolf on their heels. The night went on, filled with terror and darkness, where the myth became their reality. And as dawn broke, the echoes of their midnight encounter faded into the trees, forever haunting those who dared to wander too close to the mystery of the Ironwood Forest. Now, in Eldridge Hollow, every autumn night, a howl could be heard that sent shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. Children whispered about the dangers of the forest, but only Sarah and Liam truly understood the terror that lurked within, creatures forever changed, waiting for the moon to rise and the night to fall.